And I was talking to my father, who was doing sort of entrepreneurial stuff in India and Africa, about wanting to work in Ghana or wanting to work in Africa. And he said, you can't remotely come up with a business idea. Like, if you want to be here, you have to be here.
Yeah.
So he had essentially retired to Accra, and it just felt like the right time for me to relocate. So I took a job as a fellow, like as a teacher. At MES.
At MES, yeah. Those fellowships were great, actually. But I remember, so that means that at that time, Stanford Seed wasn't there yet then.
So he brought it to Africa. So it was this small academic program, heavily funded, but not really making an impact in, Stanford, California. And mutual acquaintance of ours, Kwabena Ampofo, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
He told my dad that they were looking for an administrator, like someone to run the program who really had on the ground experience, and he got the job as the director of MES or of Stanford Seed. And the first thing he did was say, you cannot be serious about doing anything in developing economies if you're not in developing economies. So he brought them here, and he got a lot of grief for taking the risk of taking something that's very Western and very sort of hermetically sealed, it's very safe, it's very academic, and bringing it into a context where they're exposed to the real world. They have, in-person interactions with companies run by Africans. They're subject to the same economy, they're subject to the same infrastructure. But over the years, you see.
I know.
They're in Kenya. They're in India. They've expanded all over the world. So that concept that you have to be in the market to understand how to play in the market is
fundamental.
Spot on.
Absolutely.